Hello everyone, this is G. Gibbons here, and I'm back with phase 2 of my completed project, and I just want to give you an idea and show you some of the enhancements that I've completed on my 2014 RT Spyder that may even come in handy for some of you all. So we're going to start at the very front of the bike and kind of work our way around from there. As we come around to the front of the bike, down here, as you can see, our first thing is that I've installed a Deltrain battery tender quick connect terminal, and that's this terminal here. Now the reason why I install that is to help when I need to charge my battery. As you can see, the battery is buried away. We have a cover, you have a couple of screws here, and you even have a plate you have to remove. That's just to get to the battery. So with this quick connect terminal, as you can see, it's right up here. I just have to unzip the cover just slightly, and I can take my, as you can see, my battery tender cable. I can take that and just plug the two in right here when I need to charge up the battery without pulling all of that loose just to get to the battery. So that quick connect cable comes in handy, particularly if you're charging over the winter and you get a nice day and you want to jump on the bike and pull everything loose. Well, this makes it nice and quick. Now the next enhancement that I've added to the bike, which I've always enjoyed having, and I always thought it was very important, was the Kuryakyn battery gauge. Now what this does is this allows you to monitor the battery's charging system at all times, because you want to know what's going on with your battery, particularly if you're getting into any trouble or if the charging system isn't working properly, so that you won't be stranded. Now the way this is connected is that you have to tap into a power on circuit, and basically what that means is that when the key is turned, there's only power when the key is turned. Now, where did I tap in on that? Well, it just so happens on the 2014 Spyder, they're conveniently located to tap into this circuit right to the right of the battery, and that's these two plugs right here. Now these plugs are probably here for diagnostics or something like that, but they are a switch power on circuit. So what I did was just tap directly off of these, and since they could be used for diagnostics, I wired my wires to the back of the plug so that it wouldn't interfere with any equipment that may need to be plugged in to run diagnostics in the future. But it made it pretty simple to come down here and plug those in right from here. Now let's go up and take a close look at another enhancement, and that is the dashboard bracket by JT. And this bracket right here is excellent because it allows you to mount things on your dash without drilling any holes. As a matter of fact, this bracket actually uses the same screws, two screws that are already there. So you just have to back the screws out, pop the bracket in, and then screw the screws back in. Now, to go with the bracket as far as mounting, I went to the ram mount. As you can see, I'm using a 1-inch threaded ball on the ram mount, and then if you look at the arm length here, I'm using a medium arm length. Now that allows me to have mount it with no holes and run it and mount the bracket, which is the third ball, directly to the back of the monitor. So that is something that you can take a look at. Let's see if we can see it through here. But you can see the third ball has a end clip on it that slides right up into the monitor. And all three of these pieces you can get from RAM. if you need it, if you plan on mounting it that way. So I liked this type of mount because I didn't have to drill any holes whatsoever. Now, here is the actual monitor itself. As you can see, the monitor is a Pyle 7-inch Pyle PLCM 7700 rear view / backup color monitor. That's what we have here. And the installation of this monitor was, as far as the monitor itself, was relatively easy because I could run the power cables straight to the battery. And the reason why I can do that is because the monitor has its on right here, on off switch, and you can see the blue for the remote control to cut it on and off. So it can be connected directly to the battery. Now from here, of course, I'm going to have to run a video cable from this monitor here all the way back to where the camera is going to be in the rear of the bike. And so that cable is fished down through here. The video cable was actually connected right in front of the battery, which you can't see, you know, because the cover is over it. But that's where it's connected at. And then this maintenance cover here, you could take that cover out and run it, run the wire through here. Take this panel out right here and take this panel off here. Now, it's not as bad a job as you think to get these panels off. You pop the mirror, you pop the windshield, and a couple of bolts, and these panels off. As a matter of fact, LaMonster has a very good set of videos on taking the panels off and on. And once you do it, you'll find out it's not a big job. But the point was, after I got these panels off, I ran the video cable from the battery area all the way through, all the way back to here, right below the speaker area here, behind this panel. And that's where the video cable for the monitor is ran, all the way back here. Then from here, I had to run the cable and mount the camera itself. So we're going to take a look at the camera. And this is the camera. If you take a look at it, it's a nice small camera, wide angle lens, and this is it right here. And you can see up in there that I had to drill some holes, you know, just to get the camera wire and stuff like that running through here. And so I ran, this camera has the other end of the video cable and also power. So I ran the power, since I'm using rear view, the rear view function, which means that the camera will be on when the bike is on. So I can have rear view anytime I want. If I'm just going down the street and I want to see who's behind me or how close they are, then this camera will be on because I have it wired that way. I wired it specifically to the license plate light. So when the license plate light is on, the camera is also on at the same time. And then I ran the video cable from the camera up to this same area of the bike once again and plugged it in from the video cable coming from the monitor, and you plug those two in. So this is powered by this. Now, if you want to just use your camera as a backup camera, then you would have to wire it. Instead of wiring it to the license plate, you'd have to wire it to your backup lights, so that when the backup lights come on, then the camera will come on along with it. So it depends on what you want. What I've noticed that most riders tend to use the rear view option where the camera is on all the time, opposed to just when they're backing up. But it's simple as how you decide to wire it up. Now, there's also one more DYI, do-it-yourself project that I did on the bike, and that was down here on both sides of the bike, I have a helmet straps. Okay, and I'm going to take these off so you can see how they work. And I have one on this side, and you see one over here. Now, they work very simple. You take one end, you strap it through your helmet, and you take the other end and loop it right back around. And on both ends of the bike, you can hold your helmet. Now, the reason why this comes in very handy is because it will allow you to have more space. You'll be able to utilize more space on your bike without the helmet taking up more of information. You could actually mount your helmets right on the side if you had to run in or go in someplace. And so these are some of the mods that I made, and I'm looking forward to enjoying them. And I hope that this may give some of you some ideas or suggestions on how you can do some of your own mods yourself. Okay, G. Gibbons out. Talk to you later. Have a good ride.